코드에스로의 승격을 위해 도전의 물결에 몸을 맡긴 32명의 선수들. 2011 LG 시네마 3D GSL 메이가 드디어 막을 연다. 황제테란 임요한, 스카이테란 김유정, 정종왕 정종현. 이번에 패하면 그들은 GSL에서 모습을 감출지도 모른다. 별들의 행보에 주목하지 않을 수 없는 지금, 코드에스의 날개를 달 8명의 선수들을 가리기 위한 치열한 승부. 그리고 그들 중 우승을 거머쥔 자는 그 어느 때보다 치열할 승격 강등전의 조를 편성할 수 있다. 2011 GSL 제뉴얼 코드A 우승 OGS 탑 김정훈, 2011 GSL 마치 코드A 우승 IM 로시라 황강호. 그들의 뒤를 이어 2011 LG 시네마 3D GSL 메이 코드A의 우승컵을 거머쥘 자는 누가 될 것인지, 도전과 열정으로 가득 찬 32명의 코드A 리거들이 바로 지금 전장으로 뛰어든다.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. That's right. It is time again for another season of GSL. It is GSL May. Today we are kicking it off with Code A. Welcome to Seoul, Korea. It's been a long time. I've missed you guys. There's our great Code A medallion. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Do, and with me is a new face today. Who's that? Why, it's Moletrap. Hi, Moletrap.
Hello, everybody. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am Moletrap, coming at you here from Seoul, Korea, casting the Code A of the GSL. I am super excited to be here, and not just because this has been my dream for years, but also because we have a completely stacked Code A tournament. We have so many good players playing in Code A. It's akin to some of the Code S tournaments from past seasons. It is going to be so awesome. Looking forward to some good games today.
Man, our season, this season, is the most insane season of Code A yet. I mean, it's the most insane season of Code A and Code A yet. In fact, a lot of the great Code S players from previous seasons are in Code A now.
Definitely.
Like Slayer's Boxer. We've got I'm MVP. He just won the GSL World Championship, and he's in Code A. We get to cast him. We'll see how he does, because there's a lot of new players gunning to try to get into Code S, try to take a lot of these top players out. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. We're going to have 4 best of 3s for you today, and we're going to probably talk about those pretty soon. Our first best of 3 actually is going to be Slayer's MMA. Some call him the son of Boxer even. Actually, that's his nickname on the Slayer's team.
That's his nickname on Slayer's? I did not know that.
Yep, that's a pretty beefy nickname. That's a lot to live up to, although Boxer himself, of course, having kind of a rough time in Code A this season. But we're going to take a look at the schedule first. Here we go. Of course, we are starting today on the 18th. Now, this season it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Code A, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Code S. So don't miss any of that at all. The final for Code A is going to be on the 6th. Then, of course, we have the up and down matches. And then the Code S final will be the 14th of May. It's going to be a great season. Yeah,
this season is going to be completely off the hook. I am so looking forward to it, both Code A and Code S. And here's a look at today's matches. Again, like we mentioned, MMA, player from Slayer's up and coming, versus Top Class, who is pretty new to the GSL. He just defeated Moon, actually, the Warcraft 3 champion, to get into it. We're going to have Hyperdub, a longtime GSL contestant, versus Line, another newcomer. Gonzi, the old Brew War player, trying his stuff in the GSL, is going to be versus Nuts. Yes, the incredible miracle player Nuts. I am Nuts.
Nuts. That's going to be a fun one to cast.
Yeah, we're going to have fun with that one. And lastly, Jaejun versus the well-known, these days at least, Bomber, one of these Startail aces who has yet to really show himself in individual play. A lot of things expected from actually both of those players coming up today. So we're going to have some awesome matches for you today.
Yeah, so many good players in Code A this season. So many good players that didn't even really make it into Code A. That's right, the Code B, I suppose you could call it. The Code A qualifiers, so brutal. I saw so many good players not quite get in there. Junweed being one that immediately comes to mind. It was, man, I mean, you have to win 5 best of 3s against some of the best StarCraft players in the world to get into Code A. But these guys have done it. We're going to have to see if they can make it count. Any player that loses today has to requalify again next season if they want to get back in again. So the stakes are higher than ever today.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about the Code A tournament, actually, specifically, is that every match counts. I mean, if you get out, the round of 16 totally counts, round of 32 rather. counts because if you don't make it, you get eliminated, right?
Yeah.
And once you get to the round of 16, that's getting to the up and down matches on the line. So every single step of the way is an important step for you. There's a lot of players here today who have fought, scratched, clawed their way into Code A from the very bottom of the big Code B tournament, and they're going to have to go up against some veterans to see if people's careers might be on the line here.
Yeah, absolutely. Careers on the line. Of course, when you say something like that, Slayer's Boxer comes to mind. Of course, the Emperor, probably the most famous guy in all of StarCraft, Brood War included, of course. And then also MVP. Those are kind of the two big guns because MVP has done so well in GSL, but just had a bad run last season, got knocked down to Code A, came back, won the World Championships, defeating Marine King Prime again. And now he's going to try to take Code A. I think he won't be satisfied with anything less, so I'm curious to see what he's going to do. But today we're going to have, of course, a lot of top players. MMA, I'm really curious to see how he's going to do this season. He had a pretty good run last season. He did take out Liquid Ret, of course, and then ended up losing to TSL Killer.
Yeah,
so
there's no shame in losing to Killer, so that wasn't exactly, a big loss for him. It's definitely something you can come back from and definitely still prove yourself from. Yeah, there's definitely a lot at stake for him, a lot to prove. Again, one of these players that's supposed to be, the next big thing. If you ask players on Slayers who the best player is, a lot of them will tell you it's MMA. So the game has started. We're going to get underway momentarily.
Right.
And I am really looking forward to this match.
All right, here we go. Our first game of the season. GSL, man, I'm so excited. Here we have our red Terran. So I'm calling for Thunder Boxer. He is
Slayers MMA.
Ooh, that one was close. Slayers MMA.
Gotta be careful.
Spawning at the top of Terminus. There he is. Those Slayers coats look really cool, too, by the way.
Yeah.
I like him. One of my favorite team coats, I think. Now, he did make it to round of 16 last season.
Yeah, we'll talk more about him in a moment, but they're going to show Top Class here in a moment, who is a relative newcomer. That is MMA, by the way, sitting in front of you.
We're getting a long look at MMA.
Yeah, they really like MMA. He's a handsome guy.
Study his features, everyone. Get to know that face because he is going to do well.
That is actually a really good point. That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. As I feel like a lot of the players we're seeing in Code A today and the rest of this season are going to be the Any Pros and the Sans of the next couple seasons. They're going to be the people that are going to come out and really show their stuff.
Quite possible.
In the future.
Well, here is who MMA has to defeat today if he wants to keep his GSL dreams alive. It is our blue Protoss player spawning at the 6 o'clock position. He is not the bottom of his class. He is
TopClassfOu.
TopClassfOu. That's right. One of the few FOU players left in GSL. They've had kind of a bad run. But Top Class, this is his first time. This is sort of the dawn of his new career here in GSL. So we wish him the best, of course.
Yeah, he did have to fight his way through some tough competition, but this may be his first time on a real stage match. This is his first time on TV. He might be a little bit nervous.
That's
Oftentimes, veteran players have a better time. They actually perform to their potential a lot better because of the fact that they have that experience. You can get nervous. You can get thrown off. You can sometimes don't even do your entire build that you want to do. So, in any case, Top Class just going for normal stuff here, getting his core up, getting his gas. We're going to see pretty soon what he's doing, and normal stuff for MMA as well. Now, this is, there he goes. I was just going to say, this is a large map, and it's very, very conducive to fast expanding, so he has gone for a 1 racks into expansion, just getting a single Marine out, and he's actually, I like this, he's going to put it out. Actually, I'm not sure where that Marine is going.
The best gamer trophy for March. Interesting. We'll have to find out some more info about that a little bit later. But, there's our lovely studio. Back to the game as a Zealot jogs his way over to ramp 3, of course.
MMA is doing something kind of interesting. I don't think he's scouted yet. Let me double check. But he doesn't know where Top Class is, and he actually has sent his Marine out, his first Marine, chasing his scouting SCV, maybe hoping to cash in if there was a fast expansion.
Look at that, a little bit of a hidden pylon there, possibly some proxy technology or some hidden technology coming up for Top Class. Now, we talked a little bit about the nerves that Top Class might be feeling here, and nerves kind of sort of get you to want to cheese sometimes. You kind of freak out and you're like, I don't know if I can play a whole game, so you try to do something a little bit crazy, a little bit cheesy. So we'll see if that's what Top Class has in mind. I've got to imagine something's going to be hidden there. That pylon is pretty out of the way.
Well, yeah, it could be. Now, actually, interestingly, Top Class hasn't scouted MMA yet. he hasn't actually scouted. He's got a stalker running around, just picked off MMA's SCV. But he actually hasn't found out. I don't think he even knows. He may have inferred based on something that I didn't catch. I don't think he actually knows where MMA is. He's actually going to plant down that Nexus.
All right.
Now.
That's a kind of an interesting opening from Top Class, hiding that pylon early on. He may have actually done that so that when MMA scouts his base, if he does count the pylons, he's going to kind of wonder where that one is and then cause him to have to move some more Marines around, maybe get a little bit out of position. We'll have to see what comes out of it. In the meantime, MMA indeed doing some scouting.
Wow.
Doesn't look like he sees some pylon, though.
Yeah, both players going for pretty bold builds. Again, kind of normal on a map this size.
It's a big map.
Yeah, it's a very big map, but we see we saw one Rax into expansion, then we saw one gateway Nexus into Robo, just now getting his second gateway. So, again, both players kind of assuming that neither of them is going to put pressure on the other, because if there was a rush, then either player would have been screwed by a rush, basically.
Yeah, usually a pretty safe assumption. And it looks like we just saw Concussive Shell finish for MMA and the production. There's our great studio again. Yeah, definitely come on down here if you're in Seoul. It's awesome. Moletrap, you're seeing the studio in action for the first time today. What do you think?
Oh, man, this has been so cool. I came by a couple days ago just to check out the studio when nothing was going on. That was fun, of course, as well. But it's so neat to come down here and see the players in person, see all the cameras on booms swinging around, what have you.
Yeah,
now, we do have MMA coming out with a little bit of an attack force here. He's going to try and put on some pressure. And actually, well, Top Class has just gotten those couple extra gateways up. He's going to need to start pumping units out if he's going to hold off this little force coming in, though.
Yeah, I think he might be okay. He does only have one sentry. That's not going to be enough force fields to cut the units in half or anything like that. But Stim isn't finished yet. All that MMA has is a concussive shell, so he can do maybe a little bit of damage, but I don't really think this is going to cause a whole lot. I think he's just kind of scoping out his opponent. But it looks like Top Class moving out across the map with a little bit of a poke himself. MMA has to fall back, going past that weird sort of centerpiece in the map.
Top Class feels apparently that he's got enough units now. He can actually put pressure back in. He's actually getting some hits off on the Marines. They're forced to turn and fight before Stim is finished. Concussive shells are there, but they can only hit one unit with that Marauder at a time, obviously. And he's getting chased back. A couple more Marauders joining the fray, or the retreat, rather. They kind of ran right up so they could run away again.
Like, hey, what's up, guys? Oh, Protoss army. Turn around. Run like crazy. Avoid death. They did a good job.
I like the fact they were putting pressure on each other, though. You can't let an opponent just sit and macro up. You have to make them at least a little bit worried that something's coming.
Well, seeing those units, too, for both players kind of tells each other that neither of them have gone for a really fast third base, too. So that they do gain some valuable information from making those little pokes, too. Just the inferences that you can get, you know, at this high level, just from kind of counting the units that your opponent has, you can really learn a lot about, you know, what they're doing, since everyone's macro is kind of assumed to be very tight. We do see a scan going down there.
Yeah, he picked off Top Class's observer. It was kind of running away.
Nice snipe there.
Trying to get away. He chased it down, brutally slayed it, since he is a player from Slayers, after all.
Oh, I see what you did there. Looks like another pylon going down. We're probably going to see a third Nexus from Top Class fairly soon. He's probably going to want to get that Thermal Lance upgrade going first, though. Although he is a little bit low on resources. It's going to take a little while.
Yeah, he's starting up his first Colossus. It's a good thing to get that Colossus first. Obviously, the upgrade doesn't do much good unless if you really know you're not going to get attacked soon, go for the upgrade first, because then it finishes earlier. Yeah. You can get a unit out after it starts. But if you're worried, you need to get that Colossus out, especially since he is positioning for that third base. He hasn't put it down yet, probably pretty soon. But he does. I mean, this is a really good thing to do. He's got an Immortal out. And what is this? Actually, MMA, he's sending medevacs in two different directions.
Nice.
He may go for a drop in the main and the third at the same time. A brilliant move, but a probe running around to the other mains to check for hidden expansions. May see it on the right side of the map, and there's that medevac going down the side.
Already showing why he's called the Son of Boxer. Starting out with bio and drop play. Certainly seems very Boxer-esque to me.
And the other medevac on the other side actually just got spotted by a probe, so he may actually think that that's the only drop and is not expecting this other drop at all. 4 Marauders. Oh, actually, there's Stalkers waiting for it. Never mind.
Yep. Yeah, Top Class doing a great job. That's probably, actually, now that we're looking at it, that may be the reason he put that